universe, where you learn the secrets of the social media through the social universe, and in many cases, you learn the secrets of the universe itself. And many of our listeners who have been following us throughout the recent years have learned that we talk about four major things here on the show. We talk about social media, the trends in social media, and web marketing. So we often delve into SEO. This is where I stop and say thanks to one of our major advertisers, Crescendo, which is a $50 million SEO company that does a great job for us, and we really appreciate the things that they do. If anybody needs a free website for the promotion on the show is, if you would like a free website, make sure you contact us at 480-296-1776. This is not one of these GoDaddy overnight type of websites. It's valued anywhere from $3,500 to $8,500 that they will create. I have to be the one that recommends you. If I interview you and feel like you have great potential in the future, we have that ability to make that recommendation, and of course what Crescendo is looking for is a great partner to have a great future with. So free websites as the promotion on today's show. We also want to say thanks to Glendale Flowers, who cover the social aspects of the physical aspects of our show. So Valentine's Day went by, and they had a great Valentine's experience, but don't forget, the best time to give flowers to your Valentine is when it's not Valentine's Day. So make sure you stop by Glendale Flowers, and also Planet Beach, which I absolutely love. After a stressful end of month, if any of you have a tough end of monthers, make sure you stop by Planet Beach and get unlimited spa treatments, and ask them how you can do that, which is today's special as well. So again, those who have listened to the show know that professional networking is covered as well, and we also talk about nonprofit issues as well. So today we are talking more about the secret of the universe, which has to do with making friends and capitalizing on the friends that you make in a way that can turn into profits. We call that professional networking. It is not network marketing, it is professional networking. And I don't want to offend network marketers out there. Of course, network marketing is one particular way to make money from making friends. However, what we talk about is not network marketing on the show. We talk about professional networking, where trusted business friends get together and refer business back and forth to each other. So having said that, I want to introduce a couple of guests on the show today. We have Jerry Conti, who is with Trusted Team, trustedteam.com. Jerry, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Kurt, for having me here.
You're very welcome. I appreciate you coming on as well. And then the person who actually introduced me, speaking of professional networking, is Eric Mowry. He and I have known each other for almost a decade, so I think we fall into the trusted business partner category. And we've gotten along that entire time too as well, so I blame that all on Eric being a great guy. Eric, welcome to the show.
We gave that plan.
Yeah, it absolutely has, and I do want to give a personal plug for Eric. When we first met, we were in completely different industries. I think Eric, you were in the financial industry, and I was in working with employee benefits. I wouldn't call that completely different. We were kind of in the same neck of the woods, and then throughout the years, you were also with PEO. You did PEO work as well back then, right? Professional employer organization, as for any of you who don't want to hear alphabet soup all the time. So it was a great experience, and throughout the years we just kept in touch. There are people you meet that they're not only friends, but they're great business friends, and Eric and I have ended up playing in the same business space, and he brought me an idea to the forefront that I just think all networkers need to hear, and that's where Jerry comes into the picture with trustedbusiness.com. Now, did I get your website right, Jerry?
It's
Trusted Team, not Trusted Business. Okay, now there needs to be a partner in front of that, correct?
Yeah, you can put partner.trustedteam.com and personal, like Trusted Team referral site.
Now, the reason why it's important to do that partner / and I know this it sounds like going out in the public and saying it's only by invitation. My listeners have been invited to be able to go, because it is by invitation only. The only way that you can be able to go and find trustedteam.com is if you are somebody's trusted friends and have a connection to somebody in order to be able to get there. So that is trustedteam.com's contribution to today as well, is be able to make that. It's kind of like Google Voice before Google Voice was released. That it was by invitation only, and so it was very exclusive. This is what is going on with trustedteam.com, and if you put that partner in front, then you'll be able to see an already built out team forming, so you can kind of see organically how that happens. Am I correct about that, Jerry?
That is correct, yeah.
Okay, excellent. So now, Jerry, take for another 5 minutes or so and lay the groundwork and give us a little bit of the backstory. For all the entrepreneurs out there that are listening in who want to be able to kind of know, how does somebody get started in something like this? People want to know how Ray Kroc first started out, but tell us a little bit how you guys started out as well.
Sure will. Well, thank you again, Kurt, and welcome, Eric, and thank you for the opportunity to share this information. I'm really passionate about what we're doing with Trusted Team. It's an extraordinary idea. Let me rewind a few years. I met Brandon Barnum, our CEO, in a humanitarian organization, and the idea around this humanitarian organization was, how can we impact the world through business professionals coming together and co-marketing with one another? And that was the premise of it. And so, fast forward, and by the way, that organization has made a huge impact on humanity. We made somewhere in the area of about $2 million in impact, social impact through this model.
Phenomenal.
And although that organization didn't continue in its original form, several years later, Trusted Team was born. And Brandon had called me up just a few months ago because he's been working on the technology piece of this platform. It's literally taken about 2 years to develop this platform from a technology standpoint. And he called me and he said, look, I'm ready to reveal a new way to impact the world. And it starts with what I call compassionate commerce. Compassionate commerce is, how can we do business on the ground floor of one another? How do we really partner with other people who we like, we know, we trust, right? And it allows that energy to go forward so that we could not only impact our businesses and make more money and be more profitable, but as a result of that, how we can give back more. And so the premise of Trusted Teams, starts with the fundamental philosophy of partnerships, co-marketing with one another. And so that's really kind of the backstory to it, is that we're just rolling it out for the first time. In fact, Brandon, our CEO, was here in San Diego this past week. For the first time, we'll be introducing this to any community outside of Portland, Oregon, where the headquarters is at. So I'm just so thrilled that here we are just a couple days later, and we're on a radio station in the Arizona area, allowing people to learn more about what we're doing and how we're, offering great, business practices to business professionals so that they can really generate some more customers and even better customers, right? Because when they're referred to you, they come with a better ROI, and they're already sold when they come to you. So when it comes from a trusted source. So that was really the backstory, and really the problem, Kurt, that we have found that we're really solving in the marketplace is that most business professionals, they want more business, but they really lack effective and affordable referral marketing systems. So I'll share a story with you, because my whole career has been based on referral marketing and putting partnerships together. Every career, going all the way back into the early 90s, was based on this premise. And a few years back, I co-created a website that was really instrumental in helping professional authors, speakers, and trainers come together in a collaborative way that had generated in the tune of about $2 million in new business with $0 of advertising.
Amazing.
Now, I got to tell you, I was a little shocked myself that this platform actually did that. And what it taught me back then is that relationships are more powerful than what we really can imagine. Relationships at the trusted level could really create greater commerce than probably any other way. Now, I'm not suggesting that we don't continue to market and do other things to support our businesses, but I got to tell you that the number one way of generating quick, high ROI referrals is through one-on-one connections with people you like, know, and trust. And so Trusted Team has now built the world's first platform that allows everybody to do that. And again, you were right, Kurt, you said it before. You have to be invited by somebody. You have to be invited on their trusted team to get involved with our platform at this point in time.
Absolutely.
So hopefully that helps you with a little background story of the power of the platform and really why it's here.
Yes, absolutely. And for all of our listeners who have listened to me throughout the months, recent months, I've been talking a lot about some of the downfalls of professional networking. That if you're out there looking at professional networking as a way to gain business for your company, that I always advocate that you include it as part of a quote nutritious breakfast, meaning that it's one of the ingredients in a great metaphoric breakfast. However, it's not if that's all you eat, then it's not going to be healthy for you. It'd be a little bit like taking vitamins but eating no food. So when you get out there professionally networking, you want to look for people who have let's forget the metaphor for just a moment and talk about that you're looking for people who also market. That way they don't things don't dry out. But we're going to talk about that a little bit later on in the show. But that's one of the dangers and pitfalls of professional networking, is that you spend a lot of time grooming relationships with great people who you have great friendships with. But you never ask the tough questions about what do they do to market themselves? How deep is their client base? Are they willing to open up that client base to you? Are they only willing to open up their client base if it's a new potential customer? And in other words, only when they're prospecting. So how deep are they? And if you don't interview your professional networking companions in that way, then you really don't know them. You might even go out on the lake with them. You might go swimming with them. You might go to the beach with them. But if you don't ever ask those fundamental questions, then you don't know whether or not they're really going to pay off, or whether they could pay off and just aren't. So in this way, in what Jerry is talking about, I absolutely fell in love with the idea. And Jerry, please forgive me for what I'm about to share with you. But what it is very similar to would be a collaborative constant contact. I only say that because constant contact is something that people know and understand out there. But when you do constant contact, you are just doing it for yourself. So you're one voice crying in the wilderness. Whereas if you can get 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 other affiliates who are your trusted business associates, who you know are going to be a great recommend. In other words, they save money. If you're a business-to-business marketer, they save money for companies and they do good business. They're great to work with. They have great integrity. That's somebody you can recommend. So you would put them, if you can picture an email, and you've seen these before, where it's formatted with HTML, I'm assuming, right, Jerry?
Yes.
Okay, so it's formatted with HTML. The body of the email is your email, but then your affiliate partners that you are recommending might be on the side or down at the bottom, saying, hey, you really should get in touch with Eric Mowry because he does a great job in video creation and marketing. So we're going to talk a little bit more about what the product actually is when we come back from break. And I'm hearing music which tells me it is time. So I want to thank all of our listeners for tuning in here at the Social Universe. This is your host, Kurt Wilhelm, here on Voice America. And we are joined by Eric Mowry and Jerry Conti from TrustedTeam.com.